have Pokemon X up, I figured I should make some progress in Pokemon X, and I kind of have. I've done some exploration, done a little bit of exploration here and there, but I didn't want to actually go and like do things like gym battles and stuff without streaming it at least a little bit. So yeah, turn up volume a bit. Game volume? Oh, mic volume. Okay. Let's see. Alright. Is the mic volume better? Cool. That should be quite a bit louder, I think. Okay, too loud or good, you think? Okay. Alright, time to go do a gym battle. Ugh. And be horrendously overleveled for this, but you know, not important. Oh wait, let's do some Pokemon rearranging. Oh, I should bring my tablet out. But anyways. I mean, my totally legit stylus for my totally legit DS. DS's have styluses, right? Okay. Okay. I knew that. I've totally owned a DS before. Absolutely. Hey, it's the future champ. What's going on here? There's rock-type Pokemon gym, but you already figured that out, am I right? Rock types are great, aren't they? Weak to steel, water, and all kinds of things. Now check out that wall. You can climb it if you start from one of those blue spots. Left, right, up, down. You need to climb every which way to reach the gym leader. Okay, well, I can actually appreciate that. Not because I have any skills at rock climbing, just it is a fun thing to do. Even if I suck at it a lot. This thing called physical fitness. What is this concept? Okay, I see. Alright, so there's nothing interesting in the back here. Potentially, there may be something interesting depending whether I go which way, whatever, but whatever. I don't care enough, so it's fine. Huh. Alright. Need a break after all this climbing and training. I bet they'd be fit. I wish I was fit. Rising Star Didier sent out a Dwebble. I mean, I am twice its level, but I just kind of, I don't know if this will work. I just want to use it because, yes, right, they're sturdy. Mainly because the little rock on their back, and I don't know, I'm mean, so I decide, since they really, really like the rock on their back, I'll just rock smash. Like an evil, ooh, wow, that was a weird sound. Like an evil person. A Relicanth. Oh, now that I think about it, I could have used the O power thing. What is this? What is this? Oh, interesting. Hey, Belle. How are you? In hindsight, I probably should have done a... what was it? Hindsight should have used the O-power thingy. Oh well. Oh, okay, I guess these both lead to the same place. I'm going to assume these do the same, ultimately. And I might be wrong this time, but we're just gonna do it anyways. Ha ha ha. I was wrong. Mistakes made. this thing called moving. I don't understand this concept. Oh, walking? What's that? I don't even walk. Oh, interesting. Oh, damn. Too late to use my O-Power thingy. Only those with a noble spirit can try to take on the challenge of Silage City Pokemon Gym. Okay. Sorry. Like, glad to hear you're doing well, Belle. My week has been okay. I did a little bit of extra sleeping, but then I'm still quite tired, but it's a Cyrock. I just want to rock smash everything. Use the prize money O-Power for just the gym leader. Oh, just the gym leader? Okay. Oh, that's a nice little sun-moon pair thing. Smoosh. I hope catching cute Pokemon will help improve the end of your week. Thanks, Belle. Honestly, it's kind of weird because it's just like I've actually had a couple nights where I had like 9 hours of sleep this week instead of every week we've had 4, and I don't know. I'm feeling the tiredness still. It's very odd. Yes, I think this is the. Makes sense. 9 hours is great. It is. But it's also very odd. Hi, Pizza. How are you, Pizza? You need to challenge yourself. I can tell you and your Pokemon have enough spirit to... You're blocking my way, lady! Oh, no, wait. I guess we can still go. I guess it's fine. Never mind. I want to see what's up here. I assume this is a guy you fight. Yes, okay. I'm ready to go. If you think you can find a weakness in my defense, come at me. Bruh. Tired, but otherwise very well. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. And I guess we're both tired. Also, like, I have so many mosquito bites this week because I have, like, carnivorous plants and, like, a few plants that are, like, grown in water, and I guess a mosquito has gotten into my room, laid a bunch of like mosquito eggs which have been hatching in the water, and then so I think I suspect I have like a little swarm of mosquitoes hiding in my room. I have so many bug bites this week. I think I have like 2 on one wrist, 2 on another wrist, and like a couple on each leg at least. Fortunately, at least they didn't go for my face. I've had that happen before. It's great fun. Hi there, Craig. I'm a little bit envious. How have you not had mosquito bites in a while? Then again, like, my trip to Alaska was just like, hello, mosquito clouds. Bye-bye, mosquito clouds. I'm fleeing. Ah, the wonderful joy of learning that mosquitoes in Alaska are extra smart, and besides forming little clouds, they like to like nest in your hair and stuff. Seems like just hitch a ride, climb up on your hair, and then try to get on your scalp, and it's like, of all like, wow, like there's just not that much standing water in Chicago. I see. Never had one's nest in your hair. Yeah, well, I did in Alaska. First time for everything. There were just apparently a bunch of them were just... I kept hearing a buzzing around my, like, ears, and I kept, like, flailing around trying to, like, shoo away any mosquitoes. And then I asked my brother, like, if there was, like, mosquitoes in my hair, because, like, I kept hearing the buzzing, and my brother's like, gave it a look, and was like, oh shit, there's actually a bunch. And it was like, oh shit, there's a bunch in my hair? Holy shit! And then I flipped out. Oh yes, and this week, one of my monitors decided to finally give up the ghost. So I had to make an emergency monitor run today. Yeah, my brother helped, like, get all the mosquitoes off my head, and then I just, like, zipped up my raincoat, pulled it over my head, like, pulled the little strings on the hood part, like, as tight as I could, put my face mask on and sealed that as tight as I could underneath the hood, and just fled. Just ran for it, and was just like, nope, nope, we're getting out of the, like, forest, we're getting out of these woods, we're going back to the road. A battle is a battle. You're gonna come at me whether you find a weakness or not. Nope. Slept one time in a place full of mosquitoes and you had to sleep under a net thingy, but I was dumb and slept with my foot touching the net, but my entire foot completely covered in tiny. Oof! Yikes. That does actually sound. That sounds. Eesh. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking with a guy who had moved to Alaska from, actually, he lived around my area, like a city about an hour away, and he ended up moving to Alaska, and I ran into him on some sort of like bus tour, and he was talking about the crazy tales of Alaskan mosquitoes. Or rather just dealing with them and needing mosquito netting constantly, and yeah. Okay. Wait, you're not gonna... You know what? Climbing is a lot like solving a puzzle. It's a game of logic. Oh, okay, yeah. You would think that Alaska being cold, it wouldn't have such an intense mosquito problem. Yeah, I don't know. It has a lot of mosquitoes over there, I guess, when like the snow melts and everything. And then apparently it hasn't been cold enough in Alaska because it doesn't hit like the -40 degrees Fahrenheit or something for like the good like few weeks it needs to, which has caused an issue with spruce beetles. Spruce beetles are coming in destroying like the natural like spruce trees in Alaska because global warming apparently. It's Alaska hasn't been having the freezes it used to have that could keep the beetles like out, because the beetles would all die out in winter because there used to be like a regular like few weeks of like really low negative like degrees Fahrenheit that would just kill off all the spruce beetles, and apparently mosquitoes will come back as soon as the snow starts to melt just a little bit for fun. I don't know why, but they do that. Which ones actually hit harder? I don't know. No longer the climate is working on population control. Yeah, also I went and like visited some glaciers, and they were like, oh yeah, like the amount of glacier melt we're getting, like the glacier has retreated because it's melting, has retreated more in 5 years than it has in the last 100 or something like that. And they suspect in 20 years the glacier that I went on won't be there anymore. For fun, yay. Okay, 40, 60. Oh, okay, so force palm actually hits harder. Oh, okay. Aura Sphere is the strongest move to use in this gym. I know. Well, I assumed as much, but yeah. Don't you love global warming? Yeah, about that. The thing is, too, is that apparently global warming is actually threatening like the areas where coffee beans and tea is grown. So a bunch of like bugs that prey on coffee beans are no longer being kept at bay because it's been getting warmer. So they're going higher altitudes where the coffee is. And so they're saying that there's going to be a lot of coffee species that are going to be extinct, and the remaining coffee that exists is going to be not as good. And the same is probably going to happen for tea, honestly. I know, right? I was honestly, I saw that and I was like, honestly, that might do, like, if this news is spread around enough, like, it actually might do more for, like, global warming than saying a bunch of animals will die or that places will flood. That it's like the morning caffeine may actually be the most effective at preventing global warming. The threat to the caffeine. What is Heal Pulse? Psychic. Restores the target's HP by up to half of its max HP. I think I don't need this. I don't think this is a thing I use. Fusion, but what about the tea? What about the tea? I can drink coffee and I can drink tea, but I'm gonna be like... It's a move that heals the teammate, but I feel like I'm not gonna be doing much healing. Fusion, what is wrong with you? What? What? What do you mean you can drink, like, you can just drink water? I need to, like, at least have, like, some sort of caffeinated flavored drink. What is water? Good question. I don't know. What is water? I've never heard of it. I'm a healthy human being that doesn't depend on an upper to function. What the fuck is wrong with you, Fusion? Ugh. What? What is this? I don't understand. It's a different species. I love my caffeine too much to give it up. Also, like, I really like teas. Like, I like tea a lot. All of my relatives know that some of my favorite gifts are probably, like, tea-related gifts. And so everyone gets me tea-related stuff anytime for, like, birthday or whatever, and it works on me really, really well. Like, I have so much teaware that I don't even use all the time, and I have so much tea. I actually have shelves of tea in my closet, and a giant container full of teaware, because I just don't have enough room to store it. I love tea. Like, when I drink tea, it's usually also for the flavor. Like, I really like, I don't know, I've enjoyed some tea that's just, like, it's fun. Like, some tea is just, like, even when it's just the Camellia sinensis plant, which usually that's what it is, just the difference is usually how it's grown, where it's grown, the environment it's grown, and how long it's been oxidized, how the oxidization process has been stopped. But it gives you like a lot of different flavors. So I've had like some that are like honey-like, and some that are a little like apricot-y, and like it's got this like I don't know, it's like this acidity, there's like a little bit of like citrusy sourness to it, and it's just a leaf. It's just a leaf that's just been oxidized a little different. But like, I've had those, I've had some that are like a little bit like caramelly, and then I've had some that's like a little bit grassy, and some of them are just a little bit floral, and it's all just leaves. Literally leaves. They're not like, I'm talking about like ones that don't like have like added flowers or anything like that. It's just really, really interesting to me. And like, honestly, I really like, I took a class on tea. I wanted to, like, at one point in time, I was like, I want to be a tea expert. Like, I want to be a sommelier, but for tea. And then, I don't know. I haven't studied tea the way I did before. I used to, like, actually keep a notebook with, like, little, like, my own attempt at tasting notes, because I don't know what I'm doing, but, like, yeah. I'm just practicing how to make tea, and I used to drink so much tea all the time, and I just haven't done that in a while, because I just haven't been home. For like weeks and weeks, and it's just like I'm barely home, and then it's also been summer, I guess, so less tea. Right, oh yes, I remember now. I wanted to do the O power thing. I was sitting here, it's like, what was I forgetting? I swear I'm forgetting something. It's this. I'm Asian, I just drink lukewarm water. Yeah, I don't like lukewarm water. I've been raised too American. For a worthy challenger to Veer, quite an achievement. I've climbed all the way up here. Very impressed, but actually I have a feeling that our battle will turn out to be worth the wait. I hope that you'll show me your skill as a trainer surpasses even mine. Okay. Oh, he cracked his shoulders. Okay. Green people always drink water cold. Versus Grant. Oh. Amara. What is that? It's kind of cute. I'm gonna say... We'll just forest fear the heck out of everything here. I need to work on making a dent in my huge tea collection. I honestly do. I have literally pounds and pounds of tea. Like, at least a few kilograms, I'm pretty sure, of tea, actually. Like, I think I actually do I might actually have that much. Wait, a tyrant? I have a tyrant. Oh. 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 I was wondering about that. Wait, but I forgot what my tyrant is weak to. A dragon, I think? Wasn't it? Maybe I should have switched. There's a thought. Then again, okay, fighting... Oh wait, no, it's also weak to fighting too. It's fine. Okay. Wait, Lucario level 51, this seems a bit overkill. Yeah, well, the thing is I haven't, like, streamed Pokemon for weeks. But like, I've still been collecting berries and stuff, so I've just been running around and collecting berries, collecting Pokemon. I have a box full of Eevees. I have a box full of Eevees. Literally. Just nothing but Eevees, because I'm trying to like find like, because Eevee has a bunch of different evolutions, and I picked one, and then there's like, oh, this isn't really a good nature for it, and I was like, what? Natures matter? Oh, right. They do. That's a thing. Oh, right. That affects stats. Oh, I should go figure out what nature suits what. You know what? I have no clue. We'll just catch every Eevee I see, and then I think I spent a couple of days just doing nothing but catching Eevees. Seems like a fine amount. I make a pot of Chinese tea every morning. Could drink that in like a month. I don't know if you could actually drink the amount of tea I have fusion every month. I really don't think so. I have an entire full-size gigantic like pu'er cake, and then I have like 8 more small round ones, and then several more like pu'er bricks, which I call them bricks instead of a cake because they're literally this like rectangular brick thing of just pu'er, and that's just the pu'er. And then I have a huge collection of like, well, okay, maybe not huge collection, but I have a collection of like a few different oolongs, and then a few different like Assam Darjeeling and a few other black teas like that, and then a few like Chinese black teas, and then I have like a Japanese green tea which is like steamed, versus some of the Chinese what was it? Pan-fired green teas. They haven't... Honestly, I think I preferred the Chinese ones a little bit more, at least the ones that I had that was like rolled, like green tea leaves that are rolled and then they're like basically cooked in like a pan to stop the oxidization process, because like they have this like nice little toasty flavor to it. It's really nice. Tea Guanyin is pretty good. I think my favorites tend to be oolongs and blacks. I also have a few white teas as well. That I just kept buying and buying teas. Like I've got a few $100s worth of tea in my room. And that's just the tea, not the teaware. If we add in the teaware, then yeah, that's another couple hundred at least. I've collected for some years now. And then also been gifted some for some years now, so fun. Also, hi, Young. I don't remember if I said hello before. There's nothing to seem out of reach no matter how hard you try. However, it's important that you never give up no matter the opponent or the odds. I can tell from our battle that you and your Pokemon understand that. To commemorate such an impressive show of teamwork, please accept the clip badge. Yay! My second badge that I've gotten after how many hours of playing is it now? With a clip badge in your grasp, you should have no issues working together with Pokemon up to level 40. Up to level 40. This even applies to Pokemon you've received from other people to trade, and that's not all you get this. Rock Tomb, okay. Yay, it's Rock Tomb with new Pokemon can hurl rocks at its target, not only inflicting damage but also lowering the target's speed and preventing and removing. Now you become a master wall climber and conquer the gym. It's time you thought about how to apply your skills in this game. Think about how you can improve yourself as well as Pokemon that are always by your side. When you find an answer, that's when you'll truly be able to smile. I see. I don't really see. My money power effect went off. Yeah, so I've been playing something like 60. Yeah, I've been playing for almost 66 hours. And I've only just reached my second gym. I have so many Pura cakes in my room. And honestly, yeah, like those are sometimes it's kind of a pain. I have like, and then the different Pura cakes, some of them came with like a little like tea picks. So I have like a small collection of just random tea picks that have come along with like the different Pura I've ordered. It's just like, oop. But yeah, a second gym badge after 66 hours. I guess we'll get my third gym badge after like, I don't know, 99 hours? Yeah, this will, who knows how many hours I'm spending in this game just wandering around getting berries. Now I think about it. How many berries do I have? I mean, I'm still collecting more, but we're working on it. We're working on it. I haven't yet reached 750 for these, so you know. 700k from grinding the Battle Chateau. Oh yes, I usually visit the Battle Chateau and the berry field like every day or every other day, just to ensure I have a limitless supply of Pokeballs. Can't be fucked to deal with that. I just bought some Tingling that was portioned out so I can toss it into a pot. Portioned out? What do you mean? It's a lot of berries. It's not enough. Well, I mean, I guess it's a lot. Like, I was just like, we could probably get to 999, so, you know, this is like a third of that. We're only a third of the way there, you know? And that's just like a third of the way there for only a couple of berries. There's like a ton of berries out there that I could be growing and working on, you know? Wait, okay. Oh wait. Just really quick, run over and heal. Just to refill my Pokemon PowerPoint thingies. Doot. I drink tea casually. If it takes more than 5 minutes of prep work, it's too much for me. I don't think tea usually takes that long for prepping it. Then again, the way I brew it, I think usually it's like one of those things where you use a lot of tea leaves and relatively little water that's like boiling. And then you steep it for only anywhere from like 15 to 30 seconds, maybe 45 at most. And then you just pour into your cup, and that's it. And that's it. I don't really, well, it depends. I'll wash like the pour if it's in like those big old chunks, but like other teas, I don't really wash as much, even if maybe I should, because maybe the cleanliness is questionable. Now you can use strength to push boulders. Open up that shortcut and get the items that have been blocked. Oh, there's items. I don't remember where, but I heard items, so you know, I'm suddenly motivated. Oh, nope, not this way. Okay. Items. Oh, it's the little cave up there, isn't it? It's the cave up here. Doot. Yes, push. Good job, Tectrum. What? Aerial Ace. There was also the boulder on the way to Falsa Town. Yes, there was. But where else are other boulders? Oop. Hi, Zubat. I think I have one. I don't have one. Never mind. We're gonna switch Pokemon real quick. Good thing I've kept this Roselia here to just very, very slowly just leech seed my way through their HP. I don't have a Zubat. Honestly? That's a good question. Because I'm pretty sure I've run across a few of these before. I must have just not paid attention and then just killed them all. Wait, really? Is the first one I found? I feel... well, I don't know. Maybe. Could've been. Dang it, I want some tea now. Why have you done this to me? Well, you see, I also want tea now, but I don't have any hot water prepared, so... But yeah, washing the tea, I think, is a thing that tends to be done more for, like, Chinese teas, when you're, like, not as sure about, like, how clean that is, and also washing the teaware is also usually a good idea, just a quick sterilization. So I think if I remember right, the washing the tea also does that, like, both things. Just heat some water. Do you not have an electric kettle? It takes like 2 minutes. Well, see, I have an electric kettle, but it takes a bit longer than that. That would make sense, because puer is usually oxidized and aged by basically just putting it in giant piles. Ideally in like some pretty good temperature, humidity controlled rooms, but that doesn't always happen. So sometimes you can get some really questionable puer, and some of it that's not even actual puer, just fake puer. But yeah, like you can, like, puer should probably be washed because it's basically just left in these big old piles, and you don't know what necessarily may have gotten into those piles. Just could be just, you know, certain funguses, molds, spores, mushrooms, whatever, but it also could be other things, who knows? But yeah, since puer is basically just dried in these big old piles like that, and then just kind of like stored, hopefully well, it would make sense that you'll want to wash the puer, and then especially because it's in these giant compressed bricks a lot of the times, it also makes it much harder to like, when you're trying to steep it, you want it to steep a little more evenly and try to get the best flavor out of it, and when it's compressed like that, then there's like a lot of areas that just don't, like, the leaves just don't spread out and get like you want the leaves to open up usually. And, like, that's also why when you get, like, rolled tea leaves, like, the first steep is usually the longest. Because you need those leaves to unfurl to properly, like, release the flavor. And then after that, you can go back to much shorter steeping times. Because they're already fully opened. Even though it has no eyes, it can sense obstacles using ultrasonic waves and emits from its mouth. Okay. Why did my... okay. I just saw this and was like, this is the name it should have. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. What? Oh, okay. I just ran into another do that. Okay. But yeah, sometimes it can be hard to get good tea. Usually the best tea is the single estate type, where you know which farm it's come from, which location it's come from, which region it's come from, and you have an idea of like how it's been taken care of, because that way you can, like, yeah, I don't remember, but like usually that's the best quality teas you can get, are the ones that are from like little actual like tea estates with like actual tea plantations. And that rock smash was 0.25x damage. Well, good thing I'm strong now. Yeah, that's too much thinking for brewing a pot tea. I'm gonna stick with pouring boiled water over tea leaves and steeping for 3 minutes. It depends on what tea you do. Honestly, I would say that steeping for 3 minutes is probably overdoing it if you're using boiling water. Because that might actually be steeping it too long, making it more likely to be bitter, but I don't know how much tea, like the ratio of tea leaves to water you use as well, so I don't know. Hello, you. Pokemon never evolved on the Pokemon daycare. Okay. Okay. But yes, I do know sometimes you do want to steep it longer for like the entire 3 minutes, but for like full leaf teas, if I remember right, I don't think you need to steep it that long. I like bitter tea. The more bitter, the better. Usually that means the flavor of the tea is, isn't really there because too much oversteeping has released too many tannins and has potentially singed the tea leaves a little bit, so it means that it's oversteeped. That means you've oversteeped your tea, Fusion. Bitter tea in general actually really, like, I mean, once you've accustomed yourself to the flavor of tea, it really shouldn't taste bitter. Okay, wait, what was I doing? Oh yes, I needed to go get that other rock thingy. Yes, I remember now. For the items. Also, I really should go find a Pokemon to teach Cut to. Because there's random items around here that I've just been ignoring because I haven't taught any Pokemon Cut. In fact, let's go find a Pokemon to go teach Cut to. I was like right there at the end of the place, so you know, I'll just find a Pokemon. And just pick it up, and oop. Darn. I was like, you know, if this is a grass-type Pokemon, I'll just teach this one Cut, whatever it is, just take it with me, but no. Oh wait, no, I just run. I don't want to deal with this. It's best to have Pokemon no Cut that you will keep on you. Okay, well, I mean, that makes sense, but which Pokemon would I do that with? Alright, see you, Jingo. I wonder which Pokemon can actually learn Cut. Do I have any Pokemon that can learn Cut? Darn, I was like, this was darn. Okay. Just Roselia and 50, 95. No, really not worth it to switch that out for any of these. Now that I think about it, where is... Okay. Hold on. Give me a sec. Okay, there we go. Something was up with my sound mixing thing. Okay. Alright, okay, good. The notifications shouldn't have been heard by you guys, so that's good. Bah. No, this is my catching Pokemon. Roselia. I did that before to some black tea. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was very exciting times for me. I'll have to think about which Pokemon I would want to keep with me for learning Cut. Wait, I can just pick a Budew and then maybe grow it into Roselia either. Maybe? Does that work? Is that a thing? You know what? I'll think about this later. I'm too indecisive for this. We're just gonna bother with this later. Well, like, the characters all dressed super sporty. It's kinda nice. Oh wait, okay, let's go and take a look at that real quick, and then I can make an extra path, I think. Yes. The big strong. Oop. Rat. Really? This timing is very inconvenient. Yay! Okay, is there anything back there? Nope, there isn't. Okay. Wait, do I want to go this way? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because there's a rock to push somewhere over here. Oop. Now I think about it, there is an item to repel Pokemon. Maybe I should think about that. Yes. Whoosh. Wait. Was this the rock I think there was... Wait, maybe yes. I remember now. Yep. For this specifically, a water stone. Oh, I can make a Vaporeon. How many Eevees do you think I'd get adopted if I just started wandering around with a box of Eevees? Just door to door. Eevee... I don't know. Canvassing for Eevee adoptions. I wonder how fluffy they'd be in real life. Ugh, I cannot be bothered with this. Okay. Oh yeah. Need to go across. Wait, was there a different shortcut? Yes, there is actually. The other shortcut. Okay. Right, I could have taken the other path. Isn't an Eevee basically a fox? No? I don't think so. Maybe? Maybe. Let's see. Eevee is based off of, mostly off of the Fennec Fox, but it also has, it's also sort of a mix of like rabbit, cat, and dog, apparently? At least according to this random article I saw. Just the blurb from an article. Wait, I think you can see it better with a Pokédex. Wait, is it central or is it coastal? I think it's actually coastal, wouldn't it be? I think it should be coastal. Deck. This thing. Let's see, I'm assuming rabbit is the big ol' ears, and maybe the Maybe I don't know. It's got this big floofy tail that is probably fox related. Or like fox, yeah, a fox tail. Interesting. Why has Leafeon shown up? Have I fought a Leafeon? I might have fought a Leafeon. I should raise a Sylveon later. Oh yeah, this one was cute. Just look at this thing. Isn't it adorable? Look at it, just eating a little sugar glider with like little rabbit ears. It's just cute. It's very cute. I wanted to like, I kind of want one. I just want to like, just sit on my shoulder. Or maybe fly it like a kite, I don't know. Also, this one's cute, but it's like a squirrel. And the other one might be cuter. Yep, okay. Wait, isn't that... Hold on, this guy over here. Is he one of the characters I knew? Oh, nope, I guess not. Even a Pokemon that seems to be springing up different abilities. Oh, okay. I thought maybe he was one of those kids from the hometown sort of deal. Alright, I have bought a bunch of soda pops. Now I think about it, what does soda pops do? Soda pop. Highly carbonated soda drink. When consumed, restores 60 HP to an injured Pokemon. Oh, that's actually pretty good. I'm a rich lady. Yes, you can tempt me with a bunch. Give me a full dozen. I'm going to make my Pokemon fat. As it should be. Oh. Who the hecker? Stop right there. I remember you. You're the one who foiled our fossil finding plans. And now you're here, standing around these stones. Do you have any idea what they even are? They're rocks. Of course you don't. You know nothing about the legend 3,000 years ago that says, wait, what does it say? Oh, you don't know it either? Okay, well. Oh, whatever. Who cares about all that? It's time for me to get some sweet revenge. With style. He was about to diss me for not knowing anything about these rocks that I just walked past. And then he doesn't even remember and then doesn't care. What? What is wrong with this guy? Well, I mean, clearly he just wants to pick a fight, but... What? Huh? Okay, separate some sweet revenge with style. About that. I don't know, we have different tastes in style, clearly. You were challenged by Team Flare Grunt. Team Flare Grunt has sent out Houndour. Team Flare Grunt. I don't know, okay, whatever. It doesn't really matter at this level difference. Probably. Actually, return probably a little bit better. But whatever, it's fine. It doesn't really matter at this point in time. A Golbat. I don't remember anything about a Golbat, so we'll just keep this up. Oh wait. Hold on. No, okay, yeah. Lucario has the item. Alright, that's fine then. Yay, experience. QT5 grew to level 50. Yay. Team Flare Grunt. Yeah, I don't know about this. I don't know about this fashion, yo. First of all, that little hair tuft thing. I understand it's personal taste and all, but... And it's impressive to be able to do that to your hair, but... I don't know. And then his suit isn't fully buttoned up in order to show that belt buckle, but like because of the way the shirt is, it looks messy. And I don't know. It just doesn't quite suit my style. You may have beaten me again, but when I lose, I go out of style. About that. About that, dude. I don't know about that. What the? How could I lose again to a little punk like you? Well, all of my Pokemon are also, like, way higher level. You're so... What are you, some kind of trainer prodigy or something? No, I'm just... I'm just no-lifing. I don't have a life. Wow. Wham! That's a moment. My number big. I see. Roger that. Yeah, gotta love that Holocaster. I can get updates on my mission in real time with a stylish device. Oh yeah, it's fine. Different fashion taste, that's all. That's all. Whoever thought this thing up must have been one truly stylish individual too. Well, and on that note, it's time for me to scram with style. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh god, he's there. Wait, is she? There's two flare fun things. Ah, yep, it's a woman. Okay, well, like, this is less annoying because it's balanced, but then admittedly, having just one little poop-shaped button on the top of your head also, right in the center, wouldn't actually look good. I don't know, what are you supposed to do with that, with the guy's hair? Like, what can you do about that hairstyle? I guess this might be the best option. I mean, maybe they could have made it into a messy man bun or something, but like then it wouldn't be visible from the front angle, which is what they want to get. So I don't know. Listen, they just wouldn't shut up about style, and now I'm actually paying attention to their style. But I have my own opinions. Not that I'm a fashionable individual, but I have my own opinions. For sure though, like I do have my own opinion, and certainly my taste doesn't reflect everyone's taste. Cause yeah. I've seen some things that people are like, oh man, this is so fashionable, and I was like, what are you wearing? But it's apparently fashion, so, you know, I guess we can't actually say that I know anything about modern fashion. Why are you gonna shit on their style? You're acting like an Asian mom criticizing her daughter. Because they wouldn't shut up about their style. Like, he just was like, everything I do is stylish, and then blah 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 style, blah blah style, blah blah style. Like, the way they constantly drew verbal attention to their clothing has made me unable to ignore the clothing. Does that make any sense? Orlo Claras. Yeah, they're avant-garde trailblazers. Of course their style is special. Yes, avant-garde is definitely... It's definitely not for everyone. Well, if that's how you're gonna be, I'll just stop working. Huh? Okay. But yes, like the other guy kept talking about his style, and so I couldn't help but think about his style and be like, you know, your style isn't really... It doesn't match my aesthetics. Discovering the secrets of these stones is really a job for adults. I don't know. Isn't it just for whoever's interested? I inspect the stones, I'll inspect you. Okay. A Gulpin. Okay. How are you, Brelix? Or not Brelix. Actually, yes. I don't think I've asked Brelix yet, but how are you, Orlov? I was literally reading what Orlov was saying at the same time that I was trying to say hello to Orlov. And Jesus Christ. I've slept so much more this week, and yet I feel like sentences be hard right now. Words difficult. Words hard. What are these things called words? I don't understand them. Your son tries to look cool by styling their hair for the first time and you call him ugly before shaving his head. No, I don't think... Shaving the head isn't exactly my style. It really depends. Some people can pull it off really well. They have the rest of like the look to go with it. And some people like and also some people also have like the head shape as well, that like really short hair works well for them, but some people it doesn't work so well for. And yeah. I would say no to buzzing hair off. But if they want to do that, okay, sure. But like, it's not really my aesthetic either. What? Oh, you can sit on the rocks? Okay, that's interesting. We all had our emo phases as well, right? Yes, that's actually true. I actually did have something like that. The dark hoodie, the dark jeans. I wasn't emo. I wasn't in the emo subculture at all, but like, I wasn't too far off from it either. Like, I didn't do exactly the emo hairstyles, but like I did like have like the whole, yeah, I didn't really, yeah, no, actually I didn't really fall into the emo style, but I did fall into antisocial loser style. Geosenge Town is the town of stones. I don't think I was ever emo, I was super lazy. It wasn't even like, actually most of the time it wasn't even black. It was like dark, but it was like navy, like really dark navy. And sometimes it was like navy striped jackets. And then I had like the whole, it wasn't like the fully brushed over hairstyle that you sometimes see with emo subculture, but like, and it's not like it was blocking my eyes exactly, but I don't know. No, wait a second. He ran off this direction, didn't he? Wait, bike would be faster if I'm looking for a dude in red seeking to cause trouble. I see. Yeah, that's about where I thought he was gonna go. And we're just, you know, being a stalker. Hear this, Pipsqueak. Team Flare is going to use the stones on Route 10 and a fantastic treasure to make everyone on our team happy. In this world, the ones who have power are the ones who win with flair. Okay. Kronos, was someone from Team Flare here just now? Haha. The puns. You said he was here, but he isn't anymore, is he? There's only a dead end up ahead. I wonder where that Team Flare guy went. Well, what? It's an ancient artifact. Okay, I see. So you gotta know a thing to get through there. Alright. So I assume I need to go this way, which was previously blocked by a bunch of backpackers. I almost used black eyeliner. I never did that either. I never used black eyeliner. I didn't use makeup till after I was in college. I didn't use makeup till I was 22. And then even till like from then to now, I've only really used foundation because I am very bad at eye makeup. And I'm also not great at lip makeup. So just basic foundation is about where my skills are at. My mom used to cut my hair before I moved out. She was not proficient, so it would take like 2 hours, so I hated getting my hair cut, so I just grew it as long as I could until my mom forced me to cut it. I see. Getting your hair cut by like, I don't know, stylers would be quicker, wouldn't it be? Green Day, Simple Plan. Simple Plan and Green Day, yes. I definitely listened to the music. I didn't dress the part though. Oh man, did I listen to the music. Yeah, my hair has also gotten long. I've cut it like a few months ago, but I need to cut it again because like we're getting split ends, but it's down to my waist at this point in time. And it's like, honestly, at this point in time, like I think it's probably as long as my hair, like it's probably reaching about the length my hair will get to. Like if I leave it as it is, I don't know if it'll get much longer because like, holy shit. Like, it's just so annoying when you have long hair and like the hair is falling out like everywhere and you're just like, it just, I don't know, if like you don't clean regularly, all of a sudden you realize that there's just this like, somehow or another, there's just this big ol' like little dust bunny hair thing that's just found its way into a corner and it's just like, oh, that's gross, I need to clean. And it's just like, but yeah, like when your hair gets really, really long and just like shedding, because of course it's just like, oh, it gets everywhere. And then it's just like, oh god, hopefully no one will ever see this random pile of hair that like has come out of my head over the last few months, sort of feeling when you finally find that random hair pile clump thing that's just like somehow all gathered together in a corner. My hair was already long when the pandemic started. In December, I was almost sitting in it, so I cut it. Yeah, I don't think my hair grows that long. I think waist length is about as long as it's really gets. Like when I was a kid, it was like butt length, but then I've grown taller, so I assume that's how this works. What are you doing? Okay. But yeah. I'd like to cut my hair again, just because these split ends bother me. Also, the fun part about cutting your hair once it's long is that like you have this, like you have a few days where you're just like, what the hell is this? My head is so light. What is this? And then you just can't help but just like mess with your hair and just like flip your hair around a little bit, just be like, wow, my head feels so light. Oh wow, I don't need to use half the shampoo bottle every time I wash my hair anymore. Oh look it, I only need a little bit of conditioner now. What is this crazy sort of situation? Hey, you're not trained up in Week 5. Ah, woof. I'm not really sure, but I think Lucario is saying it wants to battle with you. Would you battle with us? So I have 2 Lucario, but do you know which one is the one that's taken a shine to you? Absolutely not. Oh man, long hair is so expensive, it is ridiculous. Fortunately, when it comes to shampoo, really, you only just need, really the main part with shampoo is just to get your scalp. Now, getting the conditioner, once your hair starts getting longer, is a little bit more difficult. And then after your hair gets to a certain length, it's probably best to actually have like leave-in conditioners. I don't condition, I still don't get the point of it. Well, conditioning, if I remember it, actually helps with, the hair follicles, sealing the hair follicles up and, like, protecting it. Basically, it adds, like, a little layer of protective oils. And if you add conditioner in, like, the shower or something like that, like, again, you don't want it to just be, like, in there for a moment and then wash out. You actually want it to be there for a little bit and, like, to sit in. It's actually a little bit better if your hair is a little more dry when you add the conditioner in. Just that like the actual like conditioning oils can actually soak into your hair and help fill the hair follicles, and that actually helps protect your hair. It also will prevent, like keeping your hair moisturized also prevents it from getting super tangled all the time, and helps it stay smooth better. The liberation that comes from cutting your hair short. Yep. Never had long hair. Okay, let's see. Hold on, I actually realized I missed a lot of text. I still let my hair grow out until it starts covering my eyes. Hair super long. I haven't cut it since the start of the pandemic. Oh, that's some time. I wore a bit of makeup as a teenager, but I didn't have skills, and the result was really bad. Yeah, I didn't actually wear makeup as a teenager because I didn't have any income and didn't want to be. Yeah, like I had no idea where to start with makeup, and was like wanna be too cool for makeup, but then like actually was really interested in it, and then also realized that it required a lot of skill that I didn't have, and then I didn't want to look like an idiot, so I just didn't do it. And pretended I was just too cool for makeup, but secretly really wanted to learn how to do makeup. Let's see, parents isolated me from modern media until I was 15, so I didn't get a chance to have an emo phase. I did have an edgy phase though. Oh, I definitely had an edgy phase. I had a Machuni phase. It was awful. Let's see, the version of putting my hair short. I don't have conditioners. Yeah. When I went my hair hitting the lower back to super short years ago, it was amazing. I could feel the wind in my neck. Yeah, I've had that happen before. Like I think I had like butt length hair, and then I suddenly chopped it to like a little below my chin, and I was just like, oh my god, what is this feeling? My head is so light. Holy shit. The amount of like shampoo and conditioner I use is like, I just need a tiny bit, and that's it. I'm done. My hair is overly oily. There's potentially various reasons why your hair might be overly oily. It may be that you don't have the right shampoos for your hair. It could actually be that you've ended up stripping too much oil out of your hair, so then your scalp goes to overproduce sebum to try to re-moisturize your hair, ending up making it really greasy. That's actually why people sometimes recommend, and also like for specific hair types, like it's for specific hair types it's more important to not wash your hair every day, and some hair types it's actually fine or maybe even recommended to wash your hair every day. And then also the different types of shampoos can affect how much oil will end up in your hair. I used to think that like I had super oily scalp, and it turns out that wasn't the case. Some of it was that I was stripping too much oil out of my hair, so then my scalp would just start producing a bunch of extra oil trying to re-moisturize my hair, which would make my hair really messy, so then I have to wash it every day. And now I actually, weirdly enough, like, don't actually have to wash my hair every day, and I don't know how that's happened exactly, but I did change my shampoo recently. So, there weren't YouTube tutorials back then, so I just used black eyeliner and the foundation of the wrong color. Yeah, I didn't have eyeliner. I was terrified of mascara because I kept being like afraid that I'd like poke my eyes out, and then I accidentally would poke my eyes every once in a while when I would attempt it. The rare few times I did. So then I just haven't done anything with makeup other than basic foundation and maybe a little bit of tinted like lip balm. Makeup tutorials on YouTube raise the next generation of girls. Yeah, that does seem kind of accurate. It's not due to washing out the oil. My head just becomes an oily mess if I don't shower every day. I also have a dandruff problem. Yeah, see, the dandruff might also be like too much. Also might be like an issue of too much oil. But yeah, I specifically have a type of, I don't know, I did a function of beauty thing and like specifically chose something for oily hair, and it hasn't worked for my dad. My dad has the same issue. But like I also had that issue with dandruff and way too oily hair, but it worked for me. It didn't work for my dad, but it worked for me, so some of it might just be finding the right type of shampoo for you, but that can be very difficult to do anyways, because shampoo takes forever to use up if you're using it right. This is precisely why I ultimately did not let a friend of mine but him, that's near my eye. That makes sense. Karina sent out. Okay. Honestly, I liked it when like people who knew what they were doing did my makeup, because it was like I don't recognize the person in the mirror and I like it. Or rather, it's like the person in the mirror actually looks like really different in a good way. I didn't know I could look that good. Like, I've actually had my makeup done professionally once before, and I remember having this moment where I like looked at the result in the mirror and was like, that's me, but that's way better. Like, way better. Like, I didn't know I could look this good. And I was very happy, and I really, really liked the pictures. And then I showed them to my boyfriend later on, like a few years later, because I was really proud of the pictures and really like happy with how I looked. And then he was like, "You look fake," and yeah, that hurt my feelings. Yeah, specifically, I felt like I was like embarrassed when I heard that response, because like I was like, look, isn't this pretty? And he was like, you look fake. And I was like, oh, well, okay. Okay then. And that's also why I didn't start using makeup at all till after we broke up, years later. Okay, actually a different Pokemon might be better. What is good against Lucario? Apply cold water to burn. Indeed. Indeed. Every once in a while, if I bring that photo up, and sometimes I still run into people who will say something like that, and I'm just kind of like, I understand what you're trying to say, and some of them are saying it specifically because they want to like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, so this is actually, okay, so I should use fighting time. Some of them are saying specifically because they don't want like people to like try to have like image issues, or like want to be something different, I guess, but then at the same time, it's like, it can be a little, demotivating when that happens. But yes, I actually do like the effect of like really good makeup. Like, you really know what you're doing, and like you can look like a different person, and it requires a lot of skill, a lot of practice, a lot of time and effort put into it. And it's just like, it's one of those skills that I think is like, it's really impressive and it's kind of fun. And like, if you like it and you're good at it, like, more power to you. And I like it. I'm not good at it, and I'm too lazy to get good at it. So this is where I'm gonna be. So do you remember that I'm a gym leader in Shallower City? I did not remember that. Once you get past the cave just beyond here, you'll be there, so stop by and say hello. Oh, okay. Nothing wrong with a wee confidence boost. That is true. I like using good clothes and have my hair look good. Makeup is just as fair. Honestly, yeah, I would agree with that. Some of it also just depends, I think. Ooh, a citrus berry. Yay! Some of it also depends, I think, on... Wait, how did they... Oh, okay, there's a ramp back there. Yeah, I guess it depends on, like, the person, what kind of perspective and what kind of approach they're taking. But yes, I would agree that, like... I can understand the benefits and can appreciate, like, the effort put into actually looking nice. I don't do it a lot of times, I'm too lazy for that a lot of times, but like, I can appreciate it a lot, and like, yeah. You were challenged with Psychic Emmanuel. Syntosclerosis. Oh, what is that? An amoeba? A tadpole egg? I don't know. I like makeup a lot, not only for making me look, but also because the application process can be quite relaxing and fun. Honestly, yes. Yeah, there's actually a lot of different opinions on makeup and like working on your appearance and stuff like that. Like, I've had people who say that girls only put on makeup to get attention for guys, basically, and I was just like, you know, you're actually not right, because during the coronavirus pandemic, everyone's quarantined, and I was sitting there applying makeup every day for a while because I was practicing, and never once did I do good eye makeup in those many, many days of practice, but an attempt was made. All this makeup talk and JJ's not here. He's gonna be so mad he missed out. Oh yeah, you'll be so mad. But yes, I also like disagree with that person. I was just like, yeah, I've been applying makeup every day during quarantine, and literally no one sees it except me, and I'm fine with this. It's really not for guys. It's not trying to look good for guys. Like some girls maybe, but for at least some girls. But my personal opinion would probably be that a lot of girls aren't bothered with, like, it's not for the guys. I'm doing it for them a lot of the times, for whatever reasons they've got. But yeah, like maybe some girls, but not all. I literally did a bunch of times for fun experimenting during the pandemic. Yeah, I was following some tutorials and I was like trying to do, like, find some monolid makeup tutorials and stuff like that, but yeah, I don't have the skills yet, for sure. It would definitely be, some people could probably pick this up way faster than me. But yeah. Okay, oh wait, okay, so these are lights? What? A hollow clip? What is that? Oh, okay. But yeah, I totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh yes, makeup and making an attempt. An attempt was made, it didn't work out too well. Multiple attempts were made, they didn't work out too well, but it's fun. It's fun. It's still a work in progress. So much work in progress. A hollow clip, what the hell? Yeah. I don't know. Hello there, it looks like you've almost made it to Shallower City. That's fantastic, it looks like your journey with your Pokemon around the Kalos region is going swimmingly. Yeah, I guess so. I wanted to tell you about a person in Shallower who knows a great deal about Mega Evolution. Oh yeah, that's a thing that we were apparently trying to look into. I forgot. I was too busy farming and making money. People call him the Mega Evolution Guru. I've told everyone else about him, so if you have a second, you should give him a visit. Mega Evolution Guru. I think that's what he's called. I think I may have already forgotten, but that's fine. It's not important. It's only a little bit important. It's fine. It's a different Pokemon. I haven't had this one yet. I haven't seen this one yet. An attempt must be made. Udon. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Oh yeah, this is gonna take a while. Actually, wait, no. I have Dusk Balls. This doesn't have to take a while. We're probably gonna go for taking a while. Yeah, we're gonna take a while. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. I was thinking about it. I was like, yep. We're just gonna go slow and steady, and I'm just gonna keep on throwing regular Pokeballs. Is this how Oak yells at me for trying to bike indoors? Oh, that's right. Skies are flying. Sky? What? Flying is supposed to be good against fighting types. But no, I'm trying to catch it right now. Because I don't have this Pokemon, so we're just gonna sit here and just throw Pokeballs for a while. Oh! Or we'll throw it once. What? I mean, I'm not complaining, but what? What? Huh? Yay, level up. Honestly, I'm not complaining, but that's not what I expected. Arm thrust Pokemon. It stomps the ground to build power. It can send a 10-ton truck flying with a straight arm punch. I see. Oh, that's like the wrong box. Oh, because the other box has been full. That would make sense. Oh, wait, hold on. Loot. I remember why I went up here. It was specifically for that loot. Also, what is up here? Oh. I mean, okay. This suit has been specially designed to reduce wind resistance. Off I go. Okay. Sky Trainer Yvette. Sent out. Oh, it's a cute one. Yes, yes it is. It's the cute one. Ha ha. Critical capture evolves from Makuhita and does not evolve further. Oh, it's the evolved version? I see. Oh. Hi, Masa. Oh, it's cute. Fucking killing. Yeah, it's like, it's really cute, but like, I can't actually catch it, so it's like, no point. We're just gonna just smack everything with a return. Intimidate. I see. It appears that damage resistance was reduced as well. I see. Okay, but like, what am I doing up here? I guess that's it? Alright. Well, I'm glad I came up here, so I'll never have to do it again. I remember I used to think these were super cute. Now, I don't know if I think they're super cute, but yep. I'm gonna collect it. That flying squirrel Pikachu was Emolga. That was what Melgoa was based on before she was sent to hell. Yes, actually. Jingo told me that. I actually genuinely thought that you'd somehow just decided to make like a flying Pikachu. I didn't know an Emolga was a thing. But then I did actually run across it in a different fight, and Jingo was like, ah, yeah, that's actually what Mel was based off of. And I was like, oh, it's like super cute. Oh yeah, Mel's in hell now. Wait, there's an actual flying Pikachu? He just uses balloons. What? Masa, are you sorry that you've sent such a cute creature to hell? Do you have any regrets about that bet? Masa should be. Honestly, there's probably a lot of things that could be said about. We cut it. But then again, from what I understand, you made what you thought should have been a very safe bet, wasn't it, Masa? Mel ended up getting dragged to hell because you were so certain that you couldn't possibly be wrong. In Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu EV Remix Gen 1, Pikachu learns all HMs. Oh. Uses fly via balloons. What? What? I mean, okay, but what? Raises Pikachu triggers turning if it's instant, taking attacks immediately. I see. I was 300% certain I was going to win. Yeah, I remember hearing that. And you were just like, you were so certain that it could- what the heck is- I am never- what? Huh? I didn't- I mean, yeah, it- oh wait, no, that's the wrong button! Ah! I meant to switch Pokemon. No! Dang it. Chat, no. Damn it. Damn it. If. Frack. I hope it's not one of the like really rare Pokemons, but it might actually be. Like every once in a while, like, I'll run into a rare Pokemon in the grass, and then it'll just be like, I'll do a dumb, and then I'll regret it, and then I'll just spend a while running around in the grass again. So I run into it again. Okay, I've run into it again. Good, it's not the super rares, or I'm getting lucky. One or the other. Don't know which one, but one or the other. I said to Jinko, I don't care what you give me, I bet everything on this shitty player being shit. And then he actually played really well that time. Socket doesn't have a decently strong fighting type, it has sturdy with an ability which is normally only on rock steel types. I see. Honestly, this Roselia is like fully geared towards just catching. Oop. And just catching Pokemon. It's the karate Pokemon. That would make sense. It's literally in... I don't remember what that's called. A gi? Ah, never mind. Well, that's the end of that attempt to put it to sleep. It's not happening. It's poisoned. Ah, wrong button. Oop. That's unfortunate. No, that's tablet settings. Ah. Okay, well, maybe I'll just use the— oh dear. Concern. Alright, maybe I'll just start using a Dusk Ball, just in case. Just in case. Yeah, maybe that might be a good idea. Maybe not a bad idea. See, karate Pokemon desiring the strongest karate chop, they seclude themselves in the mountains and train without sleeping. Okay. Let's see, it makes much sense with the Ken and Ryu. Your Roselia is bad at catching any Pokemon that's super rare and would die to a love tap. You should use a Pokemon with False Swipe. Well, focus enemy pain only moves with a 50% crit rate. You have some False Swipe capable Pokemon. Any other source of crit rate increase makes it 100% after a focus energy. True, False Swipe could probably be useful. Oh. Ra, ha, hia, behold the results of my training. Hia, ichi, ni, san. 1, 2, wait, haya, 1, 2, 3. All of my training was for this match. What? Huh? You are challenged by Brains and Brawn, Frank and Sly. I see. Okay. Yeah, I just don't know what. I guess. Honestly, yeah, this isn't. I really didn't gear Roselia towards fighting anything, did I? Oh well. Oh, well, but then level difference is good enough for now. It won't be enough later, but it's good enough for now. Literally, I've only just recently beat the gym that was all like, yeah, this should be good till you're level 40, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like level 50. What is light screen? Let's see, a Wondrous Wall of Light is put up to reduce damage from special attacks for 5 turns. I mean, that's not bad. I don't think I'm gonna use it though, but it's not bad. Putting things to sleep is good fighting. Yeah, putting things to sleep is kind of a plan. Not sure why they thought personal training would be really relevant to Pokemon battle. I don't know why either. I don't understand what's going on in these Pokemon battles, and I don't understand the culture for sure. It's the yeah, I'll pass on this for now. How crit rate works: base 6.5%, crit plus 1, crit very high crit hit ratio moves. Oh boy. I'm not Jake, for sure. I like reading, but maybe I'm just tired. Light screen did seem very strong. I just feel like I would like never use it. At least not for a long time. Then again, I barely use my Pikachu, so I don't know, maybe I should have, but I didn't, so rip. Like, it seemed useful, for sure, but like, I was just like, am I going to use this skill? And the answer was kind of like, no. Generally, you're not playing a game to read. Honestly, I don't mind reading as long as it's interesting. But yeah, how crit rate works. Base 6.1% crit. Crit very high crit hit ratio moves, crit scope held item. Huh? Oh, is that a multiplication? Plus 1 times whatever crit items you've got. Times 25%? Plus 2? Wait, I don't know if I understand this crit description. Not entirely. Okay, wait. So is it? No, is it if you have an extra crit item, then it boosts it to 20%? You have that plus. Wait, I don't understand crits. I don't really understand. At +1, you have 24% chance to crit. Okay, so +1 is given by crit berries, high crit hit ratio moves, and crit scope held items. Will give it a +1. Focus energy will give it +2. And then if you have both of those, then it will be 100% crit rate. I see. Wait, I should have read that sign. What does the sign say? What did the sign say? I English sometimes. Reflection cave ahead, isn't it? Wait, where am I? I don't understand. Is there a thing here? Wait, I think I came, okay, so I went like this, and then I went like around and down? Yes, I'd go down. I went around and then down, and now I'm coming back up, and then I'm heading to Shalour. Okay, and then there'll be another gym here, and then I'll head over here, and there'll be another gym here, and then I'll head over here, and then there'll be probably a gym. I'll finally get into the other half of the city that keeps getting blocked off because apparently the other half of the city is in a complete blackout, and so no one's allowed to walk over there. And then from there I assume I go this way, and then this way. And then this way, and then this way, and then this way, and then this way. But then where the heck does this come in? I don't know. Okay. Anyways, let's see. 1, 2, 3 gems. Not all of these will necessarily be the gym though. Okay. But that one probably does actually have a gym, I would think. Actually these are, a lot of these are cities. You know what? It's fine. I don't need to know. We'll just explore. Thanks for the explanation, Masa. Because I truly had no idea what those words meant previously. Whoop. To tell you the truth, I'm thinking of never leaving this place. What? Backpacker Lane. Alinoon. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that was super effective. Tell you the truth, I'm not even sure if this place is real. Okay. I mean, it's got a lot of mirrors. That might be... It's like one of those carnival houses, but maybe not in a good way. I don't know. I'm really cute. Wait. Which way am I supposed to head? I think technically it looks like north might be the— ooh. Oh, okay, right, there's also Pokemon here. Alright. Alright, should I teach a Pokemon Fairy Swipes? I should see if there's a Pokemon that does that. Oh wait, maybe I could use the Skitty for that. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Oh right, no, we don't want to kill it. Can Skitty run Fury Homes? I wonder. I should look at that. Oop. Okay. Oh, well, never mind then. I guess we're just gonna start throwing Pokeballs. High chance of holding Everstones. So are you telling me that I should just catch every single one I run across? Because... like, that might not be a bad idea. Maybe I should use Leech Seed, just to, like, keep the HP up. Maybe. Think about that later. Held item that prevents evolution. Oh. Thief item, or thief TM. That actually might not be a bad idea, because like, I did also have a day where I went crazy catching love discs because Jingo was like, oh, like they have some sort of heart scale that's actually really useful, and I was like, okay, good, let's go collect like 99 of them. And then I caught a lot of love discs, and then I just kind of went, I don't feel like catching any more love discs now. And I don't have that many heart scales. Its ear is hexagonal in shape, compressed underground, its body's hard as steel. I see. We're just gonna go with whatever my brain came up with, but I don't understand this connection. I don't know where that came. I don't really understand. I don't understand my brain sometimes. A lot of the times. Like, most of the time. Actually, if I understand my brain, that's more rare than anything else. Alright. It's a normal... Okay, so I have to go see what can learn False Swipe later. I just named it Ravioli. I don't understand why, though. Hi, Shell. How are you doing? Maybe I was thinking of like rigatoni. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure where my brain was going. But it was just like, this is the name that fits somehow. School starts Monday, so I'm stressed over that. Ah, that's kind of scary. Like, I don't find mimes scary normally, but that moment where all of a sudden there was just the Mr. Mime thing in my face was just like, what the fuck? It was genuinely scared. Well, I mean, okay, like, I'm often genuinely scared, but like, I was really concerned for a moment. Like, I was really concerned. I mean, on the bright side, when usually at least the very first, at least the very first lessons, usually when school just starts, are usually syllabus, but then again, it also is like, you gotta get your books, you gotta make sure you go to the right classes, attempt to not make a bad impression on the teacher, or to the teacher. He's just a psychic clown is all. That doesn't reassure me, Orlov. Yay! Caught the Pokemon. Honestly, yeah, the Battle Chateau is nice because, like, now I'm like, I have a bunch of money. I can just drown all the Pokemon in Pokeballs, as long as they don't run away or die. Mr. Mime Barrier Pokemon. Emanations from its fingertips solidify the air into invisible walls that repel even harsh attacks. I see. Yes, COVID is definitely a thing to be worried about. I'm not worried much about classes, but I have a research project, oof, already. A competition, oof. Multiple part-time jobs, oop. And grad school apps along with it. Yee, that's a lot. Deal with parking, finish my oh yes, parking. Campus parking is always fun. Ha ha, fun. Alright, what is this ways? What? Okay, a nest ball, yay. Deal with parking, finish thesis. Find out which course I have to teach. Where those courses are. Where my new lab and office are. These courses are. These courses are. Good luck with that. That should be due in 3-ish months. When are you people going to fucking sleep? Well, what is sleep? I don't know if I understand this concept, Orlov. Honestly, I may not actually understand this concept when I think about it. I've yet to get the keys to my office after a year. Oop. That reminds me, I really should talk to facilities because my card only works on some entrances and I no longer have access to the cafeteria or the back entrance. And so I've had to like walk around to like a different side entrance to get in every time. Much fun. Orlov, you were here for Danganronpa last week, Thursday this week. Honestly, yes. And then the end result is that I was exceedingly tired the next day, and ended up laying in bed and just being in call for Pathfinder for a while because I was just nope. Not ready to get up. Wait. Sure weren't ready. Okay. Honestly though, I will probably try to wrap this up a little bit earlier just because sleep would be good. And I think probably next week will be probably first half of Danganronpa or whatever, chapter 2, and then the week after that is like whenever I finish a chapter, then I'll play like a round of Pokemon. I think is the plan. That may not go how I plan it though, depending on I don't know how much progress I make in Pokemon. Because like there's like a like at a certain level I'm just like I don't want to progress any further just in case. Jesus, that's a lot of hits. Sometimes I'm just like I don't really feel like progressing further because I feel like this is the thing that I should do on a stream, but then I only stream on my schedule, so then yeah. I mean, I was awake until 5 AM watching Cronus not sleep, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, it was like, I did the investigation, it was like, you know, if I stop here, I'm not gonna remember anything, and then, that won't be good, so then, we decided to just keep going. I saw the link from the bot after, me too, and then I woke up at 10 AM to catch TV. Oop. You guys went on for a long time. Did I? I don't really remember. Did I? I mean, maybe. Hmm. Did I? Oh. Huh. It was like 6 hours. Huh. Like 6 hours and something. I did not actually check that and something just now. I just saw the first number and saw about 6.5 hours. Ah, I should have named that one Rigatoni. Damn it! I didn't think this through. Let's see, those entrances are now denied for Cronus. Facilities have denied you access, and so you should just comply. Well, you see, I'm just going to pester them, and just be like, yo, facilities, I can't get in here, so like, what's up with that? Can I access the cafeteria? Like, someone was like, oh, you just push the door, and there's like, yeah, I know it has a pull handle, and that you're supposed to push it even though it has a pull handle, but like, that's not the issue in this particular case. The issue is that my card's not working. They're just like, but at least it works on some doors. At least I can get into, onto the floor that I need to get to, and I can actually get in the building. Because, if I couldn't, that would be awkward. Wait, did I leave Steve already? I don't remember what I did. You know what, this is fine. Let's see. Yeah, Chrono, did you enjoy the surprise dead Mizona you found in your bathroom? Yeah, that's really not what I expected, honestly. I really thought she was going to stick around till the end, even though there was clear signs that she was going to do, she was going to at least attempt to kill. But I didn't realize, I really thought it was going to happen a lot later, not like right then, and then it made me go, dang it, I should have like hung out more with the people who ended up getting killed so that I can try to get their skills, but I didn't do that, so I'll just have to wait till the next time. Honestly, I should keep a list somewhere, just be like, this is the order people died in, so this is who you should make friends with per chapter. Also, like, there was like a triple kill in chapter 1. So that was impressive. 15 just reduced to like by a fifth in all in one go. Wasn't it 15 people? And then all of a sudden it was just like, and then there's 3 less. And then there was 1. And then there was none. I don't know how this is gonna end, actually. I mean, I'm still pretty sure the main character's not gonna do a die, because then that seems like where the story would end. because it's really focused on that main character. So that's not where, at least I know my main character is not gonna die. But now I'm not exactly sure who's gonna live and who's gonna die. Also, like, the execution was pretty brutal when I thought about it. When I stopped to think about it, I was like, oh, this is actually, like, really brutal. This is a really rough way to go. Like, really rough way to go. Let's see. Sorry, I was just updating a file. Well, updating my Notepad++, because I was just now taking notes that I was like, oh yes, this are people who died in round 1, in chapter 1, and I should keep track of that. So if I ever decide to replay, I'll know who to be friends with first. Okay, let's see, Rad apps. The fuck? Oh yeah, it costs 100 Canadian dollars. Let's see. Per application here in Canada. Luckily I have supportive and well-off Indian parents. No, I'm talking about masters and PhDs. Ah yes, supporting and financially stable parents are helpful, indeed. So they'll pay for anything that I really need. That's useful. So that's the game is about people dying, you go, oh, I wish I spent more time with them. True. The execution scenes never stop being brutal. Oop. Leon's one of the worst. Yeah, Nagy is too much of a little bitch to murder. Leon balls. Leon Quada. I like to imagine he enjoyed it. Yee, about that. Oh god. I speed balls in the face. Of course he did. Wow. Master Deer, Nagito. You can't wait till you see the next execution. It's great. Also Desu Cell. I was thinking it's some sort of amoeba thing, but yeah. But no, actually that's more of a Ditto, isn't it? Yeah, Ditto is more like an amoeba. The word that comes to my mind when I see this is I'm going to need to sort my boxes later, for sure. Nothing up here. Shame. I can't go over there. Alright. Ah! Hello. It'll evolve to a double bloop. Ditto is a failed new clone. Huh. Interesting. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the strongest of them all? Huh? You are challenged by Battle Girl Hedwig. Sent out throw. Oh, this is the one that was mentioned earlier. I just realized this shit is kind of young, still in school. Oh wait, why am I using this move specifically? Oop. Well, it's fine. We'll just rock smash again anyways, since at this point it will mitosis and all really shows the baby. Oh yeah. I'm not even 21 yet. Oh god. Aw, Halucha. See, I looked at this, and then I looked at it and realized it's actually just a tiny little luchador. And I was like, I want a male and female, and I want to just walk around with them on my shoulders. I'll turn 21 by the time the Outer Wilds DLC is released, so I'm considering a drinking stream for that. Can you? I insist. Please stop being young. Not even old enough to legally ruin your life through crippling alcohol and gambling addiction. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's accurate, actually. So you're the strongest trainer. Okay. Hold on, be right back. I heard my mom being like, what? Why is your monitor outside? Why is this out here? What happened to your monitor? Don't you want it anymore? And it's like, well, you see, my monitor, did a die one day after I turned my computer off, and it just never woke up again. It died in its sleep. And so I bought a new monitor today. Because... yeah. I bought one, and fortunately I found one that's on sale, and it's all good. But yes, it did catch a mild case of death. Make sure I don't know about all that. I just love Pokemon. Let's see. I knew a bunch of people mostly get shit-faced as a freshman. God, I just realized I'm old enough to be teaching Shill. Why are you such a baby? Well, I can't get to one, I'm sorry. Oof. Pats for everyone. A good monitor is such a quality of life improvement. Honestly, it's kind of odd because this new monitor, I checked the refresh rates and it can go up like 140 something, I think it was, and then like my old monitor, the highest it goes to for refresh rate was 60. You're kind of the ace trainer, Monique. Dojo. Indeed. And I'm just like, I wonder what this, like, what the difference will be. But I'm not actually playing any game that'll, like, really show me the difference, so... At least I don't think I am. But yes, new monitor to replace the one I've had for... since 2014? I think that's about right. It's a Helioptile. I see. Okay. It's this thing. Super effective, that's it. I knew you could do it. Okay. And Granbull. Granbull. Is it that other thing? Oh, okay. It's not what I thought it was. Sure. Not really the stress, but it does a thing. Dinosaurs, old is all the same. A paleontologist with literal finds to their names cannot not feel. As a fellow Pokemon lover, you're an ace yourself. I got money. Now that I think about it. Maybe I should have used the prize thing. Jesus, okay, I'm gonna wanna run to the next town. Fuck. How did F? Also, I just turned the camera. Ah, wonderful. You know, I can't be bothered. Let's see. How does one get over there? Oh wait, no, it shouldn't be this way, I don't think, because yes, that was the end of that path. Okay, well, we'll just have to run back down. Okay. And then there's a set of stairs down, and I need to attempt to remember that. Okay. The one undeniably good thing of the IMAX is the screen is gigantic and the image quality is good even for a 2011 monitor. I didn't want my screen to be too big because I was like not sure there'd be enough room. But in hindsight, yeah, I probably could have. Wait, the card can't be switched out. Ah. Well, I guess we'll just start throwing Pokeballs and hope for the best. I'm just gonna start throwing these. This should work, right? Ding. Welp. We'll try again. See what happens. I think my image quality was good. It's just that like my old screen just gave up the ghost. Like I was pretty satisfied with my old monitor, except for the refresh rate. But like I was pretty satisfied with it. But it was just it was done. It was done. It decided it wanted to retire. It hits in shock. If attacked, it inflates its body and build up a counter strike. I see. I can't wait for my to make my students suffer through all the crap I had to as an undergraduate. Oh no. Oop. Oop. Alright. Yay, Moonstone. That's nice. Alright, but it looks like the only way to go is down those stairs. And then I couldn't figure out how to go down. Literally. Alright. I have but to go regain my Pokemon points. If your education is not freeing, the oppressed becomes ass-hats. Let's see. At least have sensible grading policies. One of my friends had a professor who took off 5% for each hour a lab report was late. Probably. If your Pokemon are in good health, press on where it's not, it's time to rest and recover. Oh, thank goodness. That's convenient. That's very convenient. Oop. Okay. You need to do things this one way, even though there are many better, significantly less time-consuming alternatives, and no, there will be no late submissions. I had plenty that took off 100% if you were a second late. Oop. Left my darling fiance behind and came over here all by myself. I see. Couldn't you have taken your fiance with you? But okay, I guess. Tourist mon ami. Okay. Oh, it's in an arena. Meh. If you cried enough, you didn't actually take any points. Wow. Well, not cried, complained. I see. Yeah, but zero tolerance at least makes sense. Doing it hourly just feels like more work for everyone. Like, some minute before class, once lecture starts, is late and you get a 0. Jesus fuck, where do people find these professors? Asia? I think I had some teachers who were like that too, who were just like, you must submit it at 11:59 p.m. the day before class, otherwise it doesn't count. Oh, wait, what did she say? You know what, maybe it's best that I didn't read that. I still remember when my exams had an average score of 15,100. Good times. I remember being an art student and having classmates who got so angry that our project, like, we had a professor who basically told us if our project, like, is not ready by the day of, like, the presentation, he does not care. You will fail. Like, that is, he insisted from day one, that's what's gonna happen. He told us, you need to test. Like, I will leave, like, the thing, like, the presentation device in this room. You can test it as much as you want, but you absolutely need to make sure it works before you come to class, before presentation, or you will get a 0. And then none of us could get it to work on the day of presentation, and apparently a bunch of the students got really angry, except for my group, where there was 3 of us who were just kind of sitting, like, well, there was a 4th girl, but she did, like, nothing in the class, didn't show up for class, and I don't know. But, like, the 3 of us who actually participated in class were just sitting there, and we were just feeling, like, really bad for the professor and being like, you know, he's right. He did tell us from day one that we should check and make sure everything is working, and we tested it, but not thoroughly, because it doesn't actually work now. The class was so mad that, like, they started yelling at him, and there was a huge argument, and they were, like, saying they were gonna, like, I don't remember, but, like, there was, like, I think there was potentially some, like, threats from the students saying that, like, or, like, they were gonna, like, rate him badly as a professor and that he couldn't fail the whole class and blah blah, and then he, like, left the room and he was, like, upset. He went, like, to go call his wife because he was really upset, and I'm, like, sitting there, like, peeking out the window, seeing this man out in the hallway, like, head down, calling his wife, just utterly defeated, while my classmates are all like, lock the door, don't let him back in, blah blah, rate him badly, and I was just like, I feel so bad for this man. He told us multiple times we needed to test it. He left the stuff in there for us to test it. Like, it's all on us, really, at this point in time. It's not his fault. I don't want to be failed, but it's not his fault. And then, like, somehow someone managed to get it to work, and then all of a sudden the rest of, like, the class is chill. He finally comes back in, and then we were so excited because, like, my group got an A because, like, we worked hard on it, and I had a classmate who, like, literally worked 48 hours in, like, the 3 days before class just to perfect this project that we worked on. And, like, he worked really, really hard, and he was so excited. He was like, we have an A! Like, Professor said, like, almost no one gets an A for the final exam! And I was like, oh, like, that's great! And then I was, like, asking some other classmates what they got, and then I found out the entire class got an A because the professor just gave up on us. And I felt so bad for my classmate who had, like, worked really, really hard on the project. when he found out that like everyone also got A's. And it was just like, oop. Oop. It was honestly, it was really rough. Like, I felt so bad for everyone in that class. Like, I felt bad for us because none of us wanted to fail, but like, I felt worse for the professor because he gave us all the chances and all the warnings like he could reasonably be expected to give us. Like, he made it so clear. He kept repeating it. He repeated it in like the weeks before like the final, etc. Like, he constantly was reminding us, and then we still didn't, like, apparently not a single one of us managed to get our work, so it was just like, it's really not his fault in any way, shape, or form. Like, he told us beforehand, this was his warning, like, he said what would happen and what the consequences would be. So, honestly, I may not be happy, but like, it is what it is. But yeah. No, he actually had it written in our syllabus. It was there in our syllabus. He also was constantly verbally reminding us that, so like, it was there. It was there. Let's see, same for Solomon is spending 1 hour and a 30-minute lunch break for the nursing job. Oof, drink of it. Oof. Score is 3.5. Oof, 3.5. Yeesh. Next Tuesday was a piece of cake though. Just another administrative people and like students are incapable with all the documentation. The entire class fails. It's on him, not on the class. It's justified to rule. That's depressing though. Well, here's the thing. Like, apparently not a single one of us actually tested, like fully tested our final project. Like, we tested a little bit, but apparently not a single one of us thought to test to make sure that everything was running in order, which was some of the issue that some of us had, was that like we were supposed to be like some sort of like storytelling slide sort of thing on some sort of like digital picture device, but it was flipping through randomly, and not a single one of us had realized that was going on until presentation, and then things weren't working out right for us, and yeesh. Well, it was honestly also our freshman year. I think our first semester for a lot of us. But also, yeah. We tested, but we didn't test enough, clearly. There's always an even split between hatred and love. Not always, at least not not my experience with it. But yeah, I would put a woman in this. We could remember for as long as the administration is not my ass. My job is primarily research anyways. I think some people were saying they were going to complain to like the dean and stuff like that. Like, there were some times where like we did get legitimately screwed over, and it really wasn't anyone else's like fault. Like, I remember we had a class, and it was one of those classes where they're like, the staff will be like we didn't know who the professor was because it was just going to be assigned kind of thing. But like, it was a class that was necessary, and they only had it every once in a while. And the program was relatively new, and what happened is that they assigned a professor to us. They told him the week beforehand, and he said, "What? You're assigning me for this class. You understand that, like, I have told you this months in advance. I have scheduled this into our calendars. Like, I have let you know multiple times. I am not in town any of these days. Like, I will be in town twice this semester at the time of that class. Like, I won't be present. I can't teach this class." And he was only told a weekend beforehand, and he was trying really hard to find some sort of replacement, but apparently all the other professors were already, like, had conflicting schedules or weren't available either. And it was a mess. It was a horrible, horrible mess. What we were taught by one professor was, like, when the exam came out, like, it turns out that what we were taught was completely different from what was on the exam. And so none of us passed the exam. And then the professor showed up for one of the 2 days he was actually in town to see what we understood, and found that it was completely different from what he was expecting. And like, it was like, honestly, like, that class was just, it was fucked. there's just no way that could have worked. Like, that poor professor, like, he was like, I have scheduled this months in advance. Like, he came in, first day of class, is like, I am trying really hard to find you a different professor, but and he explained everything to us, and it was just like, I'll try really hard, because, like, you paid for this class, and stuff like that. Like, if you want to, like, quit this class, like, it might be a good idea, because, like, I don't know if I can find a replacement, but I'm going to try, and blah, blah, blah. And so, like, yeah, like, not a single one of us passed that class. Not a single one. And that was because, like, really the professor who was writing the exams and stuff like that, like, wasn't able to actually be there to teach us, and he had said he wasn't going to be available, but somehow still got assigned to teach us on a day that he clearly made clear he couldn't be there. So, oof. Yeah, no, like, yeah, like, the administration got complained to, so, like, I remember it ended up being, like, I remember there was, like, a big fuss about trying to sort it out, and I'm not entirely sure what happened in the end. But, like, that one got written off of our transcripts, I think, because no one passed that class, but they were just like, yeah, we're not gonna let that affect your GPA, because no one passed this class, and this wasn't, like, this was a whole mess. But, like, just, yeah. So that one didn't, at least it didn't affect our transcripts, but, like, I don't know, man. I don't think we got our money back either, so... Oof. Carbink. Born from the temperatures and pressures deep underground, it fires beams from the stone in his head. I see. It's kind of cute. And this is so creative. The issue with that, students didn't learn shit, and it has not an effect on further courses. That's true. Like, we ended up having to take makeup classes. Like, it got written off our transcripts, and we had to take it again. So. Like, they basically wrote it off our transcripts and was like, yeah, this class didn't count. Just, you'll have to do it again. So that was also, so admittedly, that was also a huge waste of time and money. But it was not good. Like, yeah, it was honestly really not good. We weren't freshmen at that point in time, for that specific class. Oh, okay, no, okay, you're talking. Okay. Also, our lesson on introductory math classes at my school are very much not fair and designed to fail people who will never need that level of math with their degree. Oof. They've had this in my uni, they'd have a strike on their hands. Unis get sued for that kind of stuff. Oof. If you use the mood flash, not as many wild Pokemon will turn up. Okay, well that's nice. Kind of depend on Flash. I'm still not very good at battling, so I keep running into trouble. I sure wish I could be as good as you. I see. Thank you. Okay. Honestly, yeah. I wouldn't be too surprised if something like that went on. Honestly. Oh, wait. Was there another set of stairs that I just didn't notice in the previous room? That is actually very possible. Oh man, that's gonna be annoying. We'll see. I might need to go back. Oh. Freshmen spend their first year partying and doing fuck all. It baffles me why they're even in uni. But yeah, I did need a kick in the rear to realize I need to commit. Yeah, I mean... Oh wait, I can't escape. Honestly, yeah. I kind of needed a kick on the rear to commit to, but like at the same time, when I was a freshman, I actually took class a lot more seriously to a degree. Because I had just come out from like... honestly, I had a lot of issues with schooling and grades, and I was so... It was diving right back into like huge panic over grades. It was fun. So much fun. So, okay, to be fair, not all freshmen. Some people are in college to learn, but business majors they can fuck around. But yeah. Yeah, for my freshman year I took it actually really seriously, and my senior year I took it super seriously. There was a little bit of a in-between period where I was just kind of like, I was just getting by. But like, freshman I was like really, really serious. Business majors are idiots, I think it's start. Oh hi Bell, how's your night going? Almost sleeping. Oh. Wait, is this a Pokemon I can catch? I think this is a Pokemon I can catch. Can I switch? This is a business major, I can confirm. Oh no, Bill's mostly listening now. I see. Well, rest well soon. Rest well soon, Bell, I think. Oh, this is literally a... The Chingling is literally like one of those little round bell thingies dangling from a rope. Like literally like one of those little jingle bell thingies. I went to uni so smug and certain I'd ace everything. Mass came and hammered me back to my place. Honestly, fun. Like I came in a bit opposite from you, Orlov. Pretty much the opposite, yeah. I came into college stressed as hell and pretty sure that I was like not ready for college and that I was going to be found out to be completely incompetent and get kicked out, and I was going to be a college dropout, and then I was going to work at McDonald's. Like that was I was convinced that was my future when I first entered college. I had problems. I was convinced, honestly, that that was going to be my future. I was so sure. So I was super stressed, like super stressed out. And then later I reached a point where I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fail and I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna work at McDonald's. Like that's just my future. And then so I had a little bit where I just chilled and was like okay with this. And then I had a bit where I was like, nope, I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with this. Kronos, did teenage you have any positive role models or adults you could talk to? In person? Absolutely not, no. At least none that I wasn't compared to. A lot. That sounds very stressful, Kronos. Honestly, it was really weird to like realize how much stress I used to be under all the time as a kid. And to realize that I probably had panic attacks and didn't even realize it, and just thought it was normal. I went to magnet high school, so my classes didn't really become much harder. I just had to spend more time looking at the notes and googling stuff. Sweet innocent young class. Pat. I came into thinking it would be 100% fun because there's things more like oof, pat. It's umbrella support for young colleagues. Legit, this is a problem for me when one of my high school teachers asked us to give a talk about a role model and I couldn't think of anything. Oof. I made shit up. Like, anytime these type of things came up, like, if they're like I would, like, if I didn't have anything good to say, I'd make shit up. I'd make shit up. I'd come up with a story. But it made me realize that I don't have idols. Yeah, I don't know, like, I probably would have said, like, I don't know, actually, it's entirely possible I would have considered that I had positive role models, but then, like, when I think that, like, whether they were actually, like, mentally good for me may be a different situation. Wait, this is a ghost, I think. This is a ghost. Oop, I think this is a ghost type. Hold on. I could be wrong though. But yeah. Like, I probably did have role models that I thought were good, but like whether I was thinking about them in the right way, in a way that was actually good for my mental health, might be a different story. Why would you ask that? That is very personal, what the fuck? I don't know, to be fair, I think my dad never told me he failed missions his first try until like a year ago. My class learned. I think like every once in a while, like I had to take like speaking classes or like, I don't know, something like communications classes and stuff like that, and we were supposed to do speeches and stuff, and so I guess that maybe people thought that was a safe enough topic. First week at college, a professor asked us why we picked law, and one of the girls in class said legally blonde was the reason. We were challenged by tourist Haruto. Sent out a Nidorino. We go long distance without full reason. Yay, Hyper Potion. She could have said Kardashian. She may have been joking. I'm not gonna say Miss Nicki Knight and Nightbeer all over again. I think Kanye should share some more happiness with a young trainer. Concern. She doesn't mean it was a fun movie. Honeymooners, you and Ami sent out a... Oh, okay. Maybe I should just pull up those elemental charts. Ha ha ha. Maybe. Alright. Listeners, and return is the queen. Yeah. Smart people are surprisingly often funny. Wow, just go try to you can't say that. What? You look the same as Nicki Knight. I thought you were finished for myself. Hey, just because I'm at dinner doing me, he can associate me with Max. We are still friends. She's literally Barbie, but what? Well, I suppose I'm rather happy. Yay money? One time my wife and the other, I tell you, life doesn't get much better than this. Well, I'm glad you're happy. Anyway, there's breaking my Pokemon's day by defeating you in battle. I see. Congratulations. Ace, Trainer, and Mill sent out an Absol. I like Absol. Cute. Some of these Pokemon children need therapy. What do you mean? Huh? Because I'm gonna leave home at 12. Of course they know. Yeah! Yay! Critical hits. Good job, Cutie Pie. So proud of you. Probably, honestly. Like, I remember the preschoolers standing by the side of the road looking for any fight they could get, and then handing over their lunch money to me, and I was just like, what is going on here? What is happening? Why is this a thing? Why is it completely acceptable to beat up like preschoolers and make them hand over their lunch money to me? Like, I don't understand. I mean that this guy is sitting in the cave when he finds someone to beat up so that his Pokemon can feel happy. Well, yes, that's also quite concerning. The shadow stones in the walls, reflecting cases out of my hair. Okay. A Sandile. I think that should do it. It's fine if it doesn't work. Oh. Oh, it worked, yay! A lot of people need therapy. Honestly, yeah. I guess that's fine. What the heck is that? Okay. It's probably not very effective, but whatever. Oh, I mean, I lied. It was super effective. It's Big Chungus. Personally, I don't understand anxiety. Maybe I'm just too spoiled to understand. I don't think it has anything to do with being spoiled or not. Some of it's going to have to also depend on whether you have any predispositions towards it, as well as how you're raised. Like, it's going to be a mix-up, of course, nature and nurture. And apparently some of it can also be, like, besides the whole genetic thing, some of it can also be, if I remember right, can actually be, you can be affected by, like, how you're raised in the first few months of your life as a baby. That can actually strongly affect how predisposed towards anxiety you're going to be, because certain things that happen when you're like that, like the way you're raised when you're like that young will actually like really affect you a lot. So yeah. I'm looking for a psychologist too. Bigger nerds. Also, wait, why are you twice the level of these chumps? Because I've been playing for like 70 hours probably by this point in time. Literally just doing nothing but running to the battle chateau for money and growing berries. And so I end up getting a lot of levels. Like, I've actually talked to like someone who like was just like, I've never, like, I was talking about how I was like super nervous about what was it, a job interview, and I was like, you know, like, don't you ever get like, and he was like, I just asked him like if he ever gets like really anxious before like a job interview, and he's like, no. Why would I get anxious about that? And I was like, huh? What do you mean? Why wouldn't you get anxious about that? And that was a moment where I realized that people can be very, very different. This is real breakthrough. Oh, sorry, don't you know I reveal Glass Mirror that has the ability to transform Landorus, Thundurus, and Tornadus back to their original forms? I don't know what those are. Okay, I see. This is where I'm at. Alright. Well, we'll just hop out real quick. Aha! Healing. Healing. Restoring the Pokemon points. The Battle Chateau. Yes. probably do some Pokemon hunting later. I just want to see if there is a gym around here. I assume there is. So I'm looking for something. Okay, so I can't go any further. So training you make Pokemon from my hand on these sports. Okay. There's some interesting background music here. Hey Crow, how's your journey going? Hello Kronos, let's compare our Coastal Kalos Pokédexes to see us see more kind of Pokemon. To put another, I'm challenging you to my own kind of Pokemon battle. So you've seen the 8 kinds of Pokemon. I lost, how frustrating. Oh, you've seen Kangaskhan too? Kangaskhan too, Crow? Just knowing about the same Pokemon as someone else sure can make you happy. Get this, I found some great Pokemon dancers. Oh yes, I just remember the professor was to say hello to the Mega Evolution Guru when we reached Shalora City. That's right, he did say that. Oh, I totally forgot that. Who were you supposed to say hello to again? A person called the Mega Evolution Guru. Oh, that's right, he did say that. Well, I guess we should look at the Mega Evolution Guru then. Repeat it a few more times, because I'm not going to remember by tomorrow. Where do you think he is anyways? No clue. I'm here in the opposing building deep in the city, the Tower of Mastery. I see. Oop. Oh, check this out. Isn't this stone cool? I got it from a person called the Wandering Stone Collector for showing off my dance move. It was gone. This is my Mega Stone. Here, Crow, you can have it. You have it because you're such a great trainer and all. I still remember battle in Route 5. What? Oh, this is the Tower of Mastery. That's the Tower of Mastery. So cool. I mean, thank you, but like, you probably should keep this for yourself. Well, I'll go call Trez then ahead, okay? Oh, okay. I'm so lost. Wait, well, let's just, okay, now we'll escape, because the straight lines are easy, but making turns very difficult for me. I should probably progress first. My brain is really good at focusing. I've never frozen up and blanked out during an exam or interview. I hate drawing blood. I also hate it. Remembering I'm usually going that I can even watch my blood for the little thingy there. I can't do that. I had bad experience with first blood draw, and ever since then I can't. I'm not good with blood draw. Like there's a donation blood draw thing that like blood drive that's going on at my workplace, and I'm like, I really should do that. Like I really should participate, but I'm needle scary. Blood draw scary. Eesh. My brain is really good at focusing. I've never frozen up or blanked out during an exam or an interview. I'm ADHD, so I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that's like, Fusion. For some reason, I have no issue with the blood draw needle. I'm just not good with, like, I'm not good with needles in general, but blood drawing is worse for me. Well, needle's knife. I think there's a lot of things that would actually happen with all nervousness. It's what I just do. Yeah, that's not how this goes for me. I don't think. But, like, I don't know. Oh, that's a Lucario. I see. Okay. Oh, you must be Kronos then. Sycamore told me you would be coming. I'm called the Mega Evolution Guru. I guess you could say I'm an acquaintance of his, but oh, but Mega Evolution Guru isn't my real name, of course. Now come here for a moment, will you? Question mark. Oh, only one of you? I thought he gave 5 kids a Pokedex. Isn't there anyone else with you? Oh. Who's that you're talking to, Crow? People call me the Mega Evolution Guru. Oh, my name is Tierno, and that's Kronos over there. My name is Trevor. Pleased to meet you, Sycamore's pupils, but there are only 3 of you, huh? What's this now? Were you the one who found this intriguing stone? It was given to me. What? It was you who found it, right, Crow? Well, who found it doesn't really matter. What's important is that you are honest. If you tell lies, the truth is clouded and eventually lost, and while we're being honest, that intriguing stone is just an ordinary rock. Heh. Sure, a lot of hubbub out there. Does that mean everyone has arrived? Hey there, so you made it to Shallower City. Lucario isn't his Pokeball, but it's really happy to see you. Well, we should go see what's going on too. Okay. No, there's an interaction about my favorite blood. I just don't like looking at veins or thinking about them. Pretty good lecture though. I got a lot of IV drips as a child. I remember when a nurse commented about how I got stabbed in the same vein so much that I got mangled and could no longer use it. If you didn't know, no, 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 no. Nope, 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 nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope, 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 no, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No, 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 no. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Nope, 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 nope. I'm good. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. It didn't get mangled, but like the first time I ever had to get my blood drawn, I got shanked a bunch of times in the arm because they had I think a newer nurse who wasn't experienced, and since I was like 18 at the pediatrician, they were like, you're a fair practice target, I guess. And she was just like, oh man, your veins just keep rolling. Oh man. So hard to get it. So she shanked me 3 times in one arm, gave up, tried the other arm, shanked it another couple times, and then went back to the first arm. And then I had to come back a week later and get shanked in the bruise multiple times. And I was just like, eh. And ever since then, I've just never been good with blood draws. I don't do well with them. I didn't have 10 plus stabs, but it was like, it was attempts were made to get the same vein, but she kept missing the vein, so she just kept stabbing me in the arm, like, a few times. Like, at least 7 that week. In the same arm. In the same area. And nope. Nope. Leave it in there as long as I'm looking at the voice and victim straight up and down. Go home and come out next day. You know what? It looks like everyone is finally here. Crow! How are your Pokemon? It feels like it's been some time since our whole group has gathered in one place. Yeah, I think it's been since we met up on Route 7. I didn't remember any of this. Mr. Mega Evolution Guru, I've been wondering this whole time, who is that over there? This is my granddaughter Karina. She's Shalar City's gym leader, so Sycamore's pupil. Now that you're here, I suppose I should explain Mega Evolution to you. I assume you know all about Pokemon evolution. Absolutely not. I know. You have your Pokemon battle a lot, and then they grow stronger and evolve. Oh, and there are Pokemon that evolve with certain items. Some Pokemon evolve through friendship, and others only evolve in certain places. Exactly, and it is likely that Pokemon evolve in lots of other ways as well. But Mega Evolution is an evolution that transcends all other evolution. Indeed, Mega Evolution is transformation of Pokemon that were thought to be unable to evolve any further. It's a whole new level of power. So in an evolutionary line like Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard, does that mean Charizard would be able to evolve even further? Yep, exactly right. But not all Pokemon have Mega Evolution. There's a reason why I used the word transformation a moment ago. Mega Evolution differs from evolution because it ends after a certain amount of time. In other words, it's a temporary evolution. What? It evolves, but then it goes back to what it was before? Yes, Mega Evolution is a special kind of evolution. That said, we still know very little bit about it. That said, we know very little about it. What we know now is that it requires special items, and the most important element is the trust between Pokemon and trainer. Trust, in other words, the bond between trainer and Pokemon. To make a Mega Evolution work, you need 2 items: a Mega Stone for the Pokemon, and the Mega Ring, which has a mysterious stone set, and I kept jumping around because blah. Okay, in it, let's see. The Mega Ring, which has a mysterious stone set in it for the trainer. Since Professor Sycamore entrusted each one of you with a Pokédex, I would like to give these items to all of you. I'd like to share them with you, but what? Just come out and say it already. Sorry, but presently I only have 1 Mega Ring. It's a very precious item. That's why research isn't getting anywhere, so I want all of you to decide among yourself which one of you will be the one who challenges the Mega Evolution successor. I'll pass. Pokemon battling isn't really my scene, so Mega Evolution would be way out of my league. Me too. It would really would be a cool memory, and it does look interesting, but I want to complete the Pokédex first. If you try to do too much at once, you won't accomplish anything. So that leaves Crow and Caleb then. Trainers don't get much better than you two. Kronos, let's battle for it, no matter what the reason is. A battle is a good chance for the 2 of us to compete and see who Vanillave Town's best trainer really is. Why would you want to do that? I don't understand, but okay, sure, whatever. Also, this is just a horrible decision on your part because I'm overleveled as hell at this point in time. How about it? Sure. I'll master Mega Evolution and set myself apart from other trainers. I'll also do it for my Pokemon. We've come so far together and they never stop believing me. Their trainer. You and your Pokemon are stronger, I can tell just by looking, but I'm gonna lose. The winner of this battle will be me. I have the authority to time out people, but I'm not really inclined to time out people. Cats are cute. She's saying things. The pick to like flying things like insufficient evidence. Nope. Then I put on my legs and happening pet tax. Put on pants, then take a picture, or don't. Put on pants and then take a picture, or don't, and post them myself. I really pricey here, so I'll die if I put pants. Well, didn't it fall like tons either? Isn't there winter there? It's cold here also here. It got a bit colder yesterday, now it's getting hot again. It's around 32 degrees Celsius now, I think. Hi, Baron. Not much. I was distracting myself by speed reading text in Pokemon for a little bit. Jesus Christ, it's almost 2 AM. How can it be 32 degrees C? No part of Brazil is really far south and it's not properly winter. Mountain bugs. TBW's home is, and the mountains in the south kind of do have winters. I'm in the center of Baron. TBW is the southern, and they do have winter there. Texas Pokemon stream. Yes. They're talking about needles. I'm just speed reading Pokemon to not think about needles. Yeah, mountains will do it. You are challenged by Pokemon Trainer Calum. Pokemon Trainer Calum sent out Meowstic? Did I read that right? I don't know, that went by a little bit fast. Meowstic. Ah, got it. I don't know what element that is. Oh, that's fine. We'll just test this and see what happens. Flinched and couldn't move. Not very effective. Okay, well, I guess I'll have to use something stronger. Today I learned Cronus is horrified by the human body. It's not the human body so much as injuries to the human body that freak me out. Everyone is either horrified by the human body or a psychopath. Horrified is a strong word, so is psychopath. Okay, psychopath slash injury. Okay. I descended a Frogadier. I don't... What's a Frogadier? I don't know only as Pokemon. There was a time where I knew Pokemon, even though I didn't play the games. That time is not this time. We're just going to Google my Pokemon so I can figure out what to do. Get stabbed by needles every month and you'll get over it. I don't know about that. Wait, I don't remember which does what. This should be fine. Maybe. I really shouldn't tell you about the stuff that kids in the middle school are up to. I do not know. Honestly, I have been apparently very oblivious to the rest of the world for a lot of my life. And yeah, there's apparently some, I don't know, some things that apparently a lot of teenagers get up to that I didn't know was even a thing till recently, and I only knew about it because I was listening to a song that was complaining about high schoolers as a high school kid, and I was sitting like, what? Who would ever do this? This isn't a thing. And then I was talking with people and they were like, no, that's absolutely a thing. You just apparently have been oblivious to it all your life. So yeah. This is the Arceus best, which was a fun chicken on fire. Probably be a Snorlax. It's been partial to Hail Swallow ever since I was young. James wants to be Moltres. It's the only correct answer. Somebody's saying Playboy, and do you like the bird moms? Kids fight, injuries follow. Kids do students done, injuries follow. honestly, I didn't do the socials, so I apparently also missed on all of that. And then I was also like not far from school, so I was like one of the first or second bus stops, so I also didn't see what a lot of kids got up to, and I did not understand a lot of what was going on a lot of the times. So. I don't think I've ever broken a bone. I don't think I've ever seen anyone break a bone. I think I've seen someone sprain a limb before. And that's about it. I don't know if I've even seen... I have never seen a fight for sure. I don't think I've ever seen kids make out in school. Like, that was never a thing, I don't think, that I noticed. Yeah, there was just a bunch of things that, like, apparently happened in high school that I just was completely oblivious to. Let's see. I mean, part of it I just saw it happen until I was away from everyone picking up. Yeah, I didn't see these dumb things. Let's see. I went to a very white middle class school. I think I managed to fracture my ankle once. I had a few narcotics, but I did seriously hit my head once. And I cried. Class had a kid people knew sold drugs. I mean, I knew some people who did drugs. Didn't really talk to them, but I knew of them and like occasionally would say something in passing if like we were in the same area. That sounds awful. I don't think never went to a party in high school. Never went to a dance or school event. Never saw anyone smoke, never saw any weed. I actually have no idea what drugs look like. Outside of like prescription pills. Yeah. Never saw anyone get drunk either, actually, until I was... Actually, the only person I think I've ever seen who was drunk was me. So, yeah. I only know about weed use after school. I don't know what I want. I've not seen that either. You're really strong. I don't like this so much, but I'm sure you'll be able to Mega Evolve. There may be winners and losers in Pokemon Battle, but I really thought you two and your Pokemon were all winners. Mega Evolution is nothing more than just one way to make Pokemon stronger. There are many trainers who bring out the strength of their Pokemon without Mega Evolution. Oh yeah, that's what we were battling for. I totally forgot about this. Well then, Chronos, first you should take challenge Karina, the gym leader. Pokemon need a Mega Stone, and Pokemon trainers need the Mega Ring. Well, my mysterious trainer... My Lucario may have taken a shine to you, but now I must test you to see if you're ready to challenge the Mega Evolution successor. I'll be waiting for you at the gym. Oh, the rest of your friends should come challenge me at the gym too. Maybe I should just like run off to the gym first? Just to get that over with? And this one you can show mastery as a trainer. Well, that's what the professor wanted us to do after all. He said we should aim to be the best trainers we can be and enjoy our journey. Tierno, shall we work to be the best trainers we can be too? Alright then, let's aim for the top. Hope to see you again soon, Crow. See you, Shawnee. You don't really need to go through all the trouble of comparing. Every living creature is unique. Huh. But still, having someone to compete against and aim for greater heights with is a very fine thing. Crow, I think you and Caleb are going to compete against each other and get really strong. I'm so glad we're all traveling together. Okay. Alright. That's nice. Right? But like, we're... Tower of Mastery. Okay, so I'm assuming this isn't the gym. There's a dude on the beach, and I'd really like to know what he's about, but like, I also kind of want to explore the area and run to the gym and get that over with. Just for the sake of... which way is the gym? I just want to get that over with really quick. Wait, is the gym further up? Maybe? Oh, no, that's the gym. Aha! It has a sign. Wait. What type of gym is this? Hitmon champs, future champ to the fighting type gym. Ah, I see. Just run into all the roller skaters and beat them. That's your ticket. I see. Okay, then I will actually want to switch. I'm going to want to move my items over really quick. Let's see. These middle school kids are crazy. I went to a very small private school, so I don't know about crazy middle schools kids. You know, apple pipes. What? What are apple pipes? Prefer when the rivals insulted you and told you how much you sucked compared to them. I could see why that might be preferred. I also remember being in a fight and haha, I'm in danger during an inter-class football tournament. I didn't even play. Fight? Something later, strudel gear and music plays. I saw two kids going at it after school one day. One had a bad fall on asphalt. Oof. I remember when they first— What? Eesh. Okay, once in a while, kids from the French school would show up and there would be a standoff, and the times I went through a chicken into the middle of the school. What? I know of a time that I didn't see in person when two girls rode a horse to school. And that was their prank because there was an old obscure law that hadn't been turned over yet that said if you basically brought like a horse over to just like if you needed to ride like a horse to school, you had to like the school had to make sure that there was some sort of like care for the horse, like, you know, some sort of accommodation, someone would take care of the horse. So what ended up happening, I think, is that the principal ended up getting stuck for a little while outside making sure the horses were in good condition, and that was their senior prank. They found the obscure law, rode the horses to school, and left it to the principal and the staff to take care of the horses while they went to class. Oof. Oof, that day I learned arms only been on the oof. What? Eesh. Okay. I think I'm good. Oops. What's going on? Oh, you come back here. Aha! Hey, you gotta have some impressive skating skills in order to come up to me. No, I didn't. You wanna show me up in battle, though? Yeah, about that. Actually, with this level difference, wouldn't I end up using my skills too fast? Maybe I should switch Pokemon. Well, we'll see. This isn't— I don't actually expect it to be super effective or like effective really, but like I just plan to use moves to get rid of Pokemon and make sure I have plenty of— Oh, this is gonna hurt a little bit if I get hit. I think. Pretty sure fighting Pokemon are a little bit— No, really? I think so. Oof. Pain. Oof. Unfortunate. We'll just do that again. More loan products. Alright, bring to me one of our staff I kinda like a good letter with a law rank. Where's I ever saw his images telling me to wear lab goggles. Scratch. Something that helps neural human body is. Yes. Well, I'm gonna try out a different move this time around. Dragon is supposed to be strong as— okay, so I see. Okay, So that's what I should use in this gym if I use Tyrantrum. Okay. Rest well, Belle. Thanks, Belle. I'm like, I'll probably end I'll probably end this stream after I finish the gym. Oh. Seems like we should be going this ways. Huh. Interesting. Just skate and battle train doesn't stop for anyone. Non-stop, full speed ahead. Go, go, go. Okay. Roller skater Rolanda. A soft. Chronos, staying Chronos with us degenerates. It's Chronos. Want some more horror stories? Want to hear some real funky stuff? Fusion's brush of body horror. Tune in next time to find the answer, Belle. Yes, wait, I wasn't thinking, is this literally a skating rink gym? It's a skating rink fighting gym. So yes? Kind of? This is a fighting gym, and it's a skating rink. It ends up being Game of Thrones in here. Characters die who you didn't expect, one of them being Chronos herself. Tyrantrum wants to learn the horn drill. What is horn drill? The target faints instantly if this attack hits. I'm good. I don't think I want to learn this one. Horn drill is a one-hit kill move. It is a one-hit kill move, but it's also not very accurate, and I'm just like, meh. Meh. Like, it says if it hits, it'll make him faint, but it's like, it depends on if it'll hit. And there's only 5. Like, it can be very useful, but like, you can only try it 5 times, so I don't know. It wouldn't work too well for any sort of extended battle. What? What the heck? I see. Okay. But is there anything else to look at? Yes. Wait. Yep, there you are. Well, if you use some lessons, don't worry, when it comes to speed skating and Pokemon battling, you won't find a better teacher. Okay? Let's see. Heracross. Yay! Alright. There's nothing to teach you that you don't already know. Oh, okay, yep. There's apparently one more person to find. But I fought this one, so am I missing one from around here? I assume I'm missing someone. Am I missing someone? Maybe I'm not missing someone. So slow. Sad. Okay. Well, oh. And there's the person just who you think are stopping me while I'm skating. Well, I actually didn't stop you. You actually stopped yourself. You're challenged by Roller Skater Kate. Meditite. Ooh, experience. We have some variety fighting types. It seems like it. It's good that Cutie Pie is a fast Pokemon. Oh, you stopped because you wanted a battle? Why didn't you say so? What? Question mark. I'm so confused. I don't understand people. Okay. Wait, how does one cross over onto... Okay. Oh god, that was slow. That's heal. That was sad. Time for Lady Karina's big appearance. That was such a sad, sad rail slide thing. I don't know what it was, but it was very sad. Haha, I'm just messing around with you. I know you're rolling in the aisles, right? I already know you're a strong trainer, so let's get the show on the road. Ah, I meant to use the... Dang it! I didn't use the payment thingy. I could have gotten more money. Ah! Damn it. Damn it. Mistakes made. I forgot to use the O-Power for my money! I disappoint. What did I... There's this O-Power that gives you extra prize money that adds like another 50% or something like that. And I'm just like, no! Well, you see, I like to shop for clothes. And in this game. And also I'm like trying to collect things and I'm just like, I don't have enough. Like maybe it'll be enough if I have a few million. But, wait. Hold on, I want to see what this is. What is close combat? 120, 100. User effects that are gonna push on guarding yourself. Oop, this also lowers defense. So this is probably best for like, oh, one hit kill kind of thing. I don't know. Doot. Close combat. I guess I can switch this out. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I'm gonna do it anyways, and maybe regret it later. A choke. No. Hoarding impulses cannot be stopped. Absolutely true. Close combat is great. Yeah, it looks really powerful. It's just, like, I just don't know exactly if there's any special synergies between certain moves or if there's, like, downsides I haven't thought about. In fact, I didn't really think about it very much, so... Oh, Haluchos. Coot. I received 10k. I could have had more. Could have been at least 15k. Maybe 20 or 25k. Dang it. Oh, I have been defeated. Alack. Allay. Lady Karina gave a terrible display. This is it. I must give up my title and admit that your strength for RC is just easy. But here's your badge. Boy, you'll be rolling in them soon. Yay! Progress has been made. This is a good point to end then. Receive the Rumble Badge from Karina. If you got a Rumble Badge, then you can trade Pokemon up to level 50 with your friends and they'll be ready to roll. They'll love you alright. And you'll be able to roll over waves using the HM Surf. Oh! Nice. Even outside of battle. And here, why don't you take this TM? I've really been on a roll with it myself. That seems useful. Power Up Punch. Alright. Power Up Punch does just what it says on the box. The more you use it, the tougher your fist get. Keep using it, your attack will go through the roof. Look, I do have to apologize. You have to make it up to the top of the Tower Master if you want the Mega Ring. Sorry for sending you this way, I'm sorry for sending you this way and that. I swear I'm not giving you the runaround. You've done great rolling with the punches. So great that I'd like to ask you a favor. Battle me again, won't you? But this time it won't be just another gym battle. I want a battle between equals. As two trainers who can use Mega Evolution. I'll be waiting for you with Lucario at the top of the Tower of Mastery. Okay. Close combat is great. Your instinctive decision was a good one. Call me 101 with Chronos. Today we learn about the cost of opportunity. we're going to save here. And I'm going to sleep earlier-ish, maybe. Maybe not. But this is probably where the stream will end while I don't know, while I spend some time wandering around the city later on and run back to go get my berry fields and all of that stuff, but not today. Thanks for hanging out, and good night, y'all. I hope you all have a good night, and a good day, if it's not daytime for you. See you all next week. Probably with Danganronpa. Does 2 AM count as daytime? Depends. Alright, see you. Good night.